Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Silver Mont, and this video is about Halo Reach from the Master Chief Collection on PC. For those of you who don't know, Halo Reach originally came out near the end of 2010. It was Bungie's last Halo game, and it's also the Halo game I personally played the most. Although it was never my favourite, for some reason it's the only one I got all the achievements in. But now, after all these years and many delays, we finally have it available to us on PC, meaning it's going to be around forever now. And it's a mess, frankly. To briefly talk about the idea of the Master Chief Collection, I think it's a great idea to have this collection of games, though perhaps it was slightly too ambitious in the original sense where you can launch every game from one game. Some of these games run on different engines, and I can't even imagine the amount of nightmares that comes with this sort of endeavour. All the same, the first part is finally here on PC, and I'll note that I have the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox too. And well, let's talk about the positives first, shall we? The menus look nice. Can't really say the game ran well, because even though I didn't experience any frame rate issues, and it does run at higher frame rates than the original, which is of course a huge plus, along with high resolutions and FOV sliders, my game had a few crashes, or should I just say several black screens upon loading into matches, where I was forced to quit the game to get back in. But the biggest problem for me, however, with this release, the lag. Years ago, me and my friends tried to play Halo 3 in the Master Chief Collection on Xbox, and the campaign lag was so bad it was literally unplayable, in the sense that I'm going to play this game and have a fun time. I'm talking several seconds between pressing a button and the character on screen performing the action. I don't mean milliseconds, and I'm not exaggerating when I say seconds. I know sometimes we joke about the input delay on games like Red Dead 2, Witcher 3, Dark Souls 2, Smash Bros, because they have rather high input latency, but at the end of the day, there's no comparison between them and this. Because those are milliseconds, these are seconds. What is the problem here? Latency. In effect, when I press jump, the game is sending that message to the game host and then back to me. That is the most baffling, stupid way of handling things in an online game. Sad to say, the problem still exists in Halo Reach on Steam. It wasn't as bad as in Halo 3 on the Xbone some years ago, but it's still sometimes around a full second or more of delay. This only occurs in the co-op modes too, story and firefight. Versus modes use a different form of networking, presumably because they don't need to sync as much AI between all the players. Even so, I would rather the AI not be perfectly synced. Every other big game with similar modes manages to do this. Why not Halo? Just the other day I was playing Risk of Rain 2 with my friends. The same friends I was playing Halo with, I'll point out. And Risk of Rain 2 has dozens of, maybe hundreds of enemies at times, and oh, there's like no discernible lag. Does it matter that maybe the enemies aren't synced up? No, because even if they weren't, we never noticed it. If that's how it used to be back in the day, why haven't they fixed it, no matter how hard it is? Now, I'll point out, I don't know if that's how it was on the original Xbox 360, because I played Halo 3 in online co-op. Halo 1 and 2 I played in local co-op. So I mean, again, I don't really know, and when I was playing Halo 3 co-op, it was with friends in England. I don't remember any lag, but it might have been there. Either way, why haven't they fixed it, no matter how hard it is? If something is basically unplayable, you don't release it. You don't go, well, we can't fix it and release it anyway. It's too hard to fix is not an excuse for releasing a game with unplayable lag. Just for the sake of being 100% fair with the game, yes, I was playing with Americans who were on the East Coast whilst I'm in the UK, so yeah, of course, latency is gonna be higher than if I'm playing with friends who are in the UK. And I've had people telling me they were playing with people in the same state, and it's still borderline unplayable. Frankly, I find this unacceptable. The only reason I'm not refunding the game is because I can't. We played versus mode before trying the campaign, because I guess foolishly we thought, oh, there won't be a second plus of input latency. And I played enough of the versus mode that I went over that refund limit that Steam have of 2 hours or whatever, which is a really stupid idea. I get the concept behind it, Steam, but you really need to look at it at a case-by-case basis, which you claim you do, but you clearly don't. And I could have made a big fuss about it and got a refund anyway, but I just didn't have the energy to do that, honestly. But yeah, this isn't a game you can play whilst also dealing with a 1 to 3 second delay on all your inputs. Words cannot describe how infuriating it is. If this was a turn-based game, you could probably manage with it. There are other games where a huge amount of input lag is going to be annoying, but you can deal with it. In Halo though, it's like you see an elite zooming around, he's like dodging all over the place, you try and shoot him, by the time you move your gun to him, he's already moved, and it's horrible. If we ignore the input lag though, there's a whole slew of smaller problems. I mean, for starters, I'm pretty sure there's no split screen co-op, which, that was always a fun way to play Halo, but there's no split screen on this PC version, which kinda sucks. Rather than not having it, I was hoping they'd have it, and also have a way to, like, put one player's screen on one monitor and another's on another monitor if you have a multi-monitor setup, which many people have these days. They're not all that rare. But again, I don't know the technical side of that. Maybe it would be insanely hard to do, or performance intensive, whatever. But something about the aiming with a mouse in Halo Reach feels off. Sadly, I'm too stupid to really elaborate upon that. All I can tell you is, I aim with a mouse in this game, it does not feel right. I can aim with a mouse in Rainbow Six Siege and it feels right. I still suck at Rainbow Six Siege, but at least I know it's 100% me. It's not a good feeling mouse game, especially with vehicles. There seems to be something off about the sound as well. Now keep in mind, it's been 8 years or whatever since I really last played Reach. I was playing it on a different TV, different speakers, but the sound mixing, it's definitely not right on this PC version. The best way I can describe it is, instead of the gun firing from your hands, it sounds like you're listening to your buddy fire their gun over the phone, and their phone is like a Nokia from the early 90s. There's no depth to the sound. There's no kick or feedback. It makes the guns feel weak. They're like puh. There's no like bass to it, I don't know. And combined with the input lag playing on Legendary, made it feel like I was using a water pistol against enemies who had no response to being shot. On the few times I hit them, that is. The music is mixed really weird too. It's like, it doesn't have any bass to it. Like, it's so quiet. And I don't know about you, but I like the music in Halo. A lot of people like the music in Halo. It was, I mean, I don't know if it was a defining aspect of the game, but Halo's music is very beloved. So having it mixed weirdly, something's not right there, you know what I mean? It doesn't sound right. And one of my friends also had far more severe audio issues where there was like constant distortion, runaway reverb, and phasing of explosion effects, he says. So the price is good, but it's really hard to recommend Halo Reach right now. The campaign is borderline unplayable online, there's no split screen. If you only care about the multiplayer, then you will get more enjoyment out of it, because that seems, fine for the most part. Even then, though, the unlock system is bafflingly stupid in this. After matches, you get EXP. You don't get this EXP in the campaign, by the way. And this EXP levels you up. When you level up, you can use your tokens to unlock something. Why don't they unlock automatically? You have to unlock them consecutively, like 1, 2, 3. You can't just buy 3 off the bat. I don't understand it. Maybe the idea is that you could save them for another season, but the game doesn't explain that to you. What is a season in Halo Reach in the Master Chief Collection? I don't understand. Games are obsessed with seasons now, but at least in some games it's, it makes more sense. Like in Tekken, they'll say, Season Pass 3 will get you 2 new characters, 5 new stages, some items, or whatever. In Halo, they're just like, they're just throwing this weird unlock system at you without any explanation that I could find. And I don't like it, and I don't like the armor customization because instead of just showing you all your helmets, you have to go into each one individually to look at them. It's bad. The UI is horrible. Why don't we just level up in Reach when we play the game? Whether we're doing multiplayer, single player, whatever we're doing, why don't we just get EXP and rank up and unlock stuff as we rank up? What is wrong with that? Do they want to have a global rank system shared between all the games? Because that doesn't make any sense, because I don't think Halo 1 and 2 even really had rank unlocks, and if Halo 3 had them, I don't remember how they worked. I know there were things like the Hayabusa helmet, but I don't really remember an actual like leveling up and ranking system like that. It could be there though, I might have just forgotten, to be honest. Halo 3 was like more than 10 years ago. It's also tiresome though. I saved the best until last, of course. So when you're matchmaking for a game, waiting for it to find a session to put you in, what do you do when you are waiting? If your answer is anything but continuously touch the gamepad, continuously be moving your mouse, continuously be typing in the chat box, then you're wrong. Because if you dare to go idle when the game isn't doing anything for about 2 minutes or so, Halo Reach will kick you out of matchmaking, which is the stupidest thing I've seen in a game since, well, the campaign's way of handling inputs, frankly. Waiting several minutes to find a match, you want to maybe look at your phone, maybe you want to Alt-Tab and look at your emails or something like that. No, you have to be looking at and interacting with the game when nothing is happening and you can't interact with the game other than looking at a menu. What? Oh, do you get a warning? Does it say, hey, you're about to be kicked for inactivity? No, you just get immediately kicked because you dared to not touch the mouse or the controller for a few seconds. You know what a smarter thing would be to do? Give the player a warning, maybe an audio noise that they are about to be kicked for idling, when people should be idle because there's nothing to do, because they are waiting for the game to start. Maybe just don't kick people who are idle in a queue, because by the very definition of a queue, you are idle, you are waiting. Kick people who are idle in the actual game. Please, developers, use your brain. These are the sorts of problems one person might come up with when working on a solo project, because they don't have someone else to go, no, that's stupid. Not when you're a team of presumably a dozen or more people working on one of the most important franchises Microsoft own. Probably the only franchise they own at the moment that isn't complete garbage. Because the other one is what, Gears of War, and we all know what's happened to Gears of War, don't we? Fortunately, I think a lot of these issues can be patched, but I'm not optimistic about the campaign ever being fixed. If they didn't fix it in the years between Master Chief Collection's initial release and now, why would they fix it now? It's unacceptable, incredibly disappointing, and I can't suggest you play or buy Master Chief Collection unless you're strictly interested in the multiplayer or playing solo in the campaign, which, you know, of course you can do. It's just more fun with friends. I suck at Halo's multiplayer. I mean, I never really got it. I like the campaign though. I find them very fun. It's a real bummer, to be honest, and I feel cheated on my money. Oh well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.